are in front of the PG&E building on Market Street in San Francisco.
We're here because PG&E is still using dirty coal technology to power the city, and basically coal has so many environmental hazards, it has so many health hazards, and it's just an old, outdated technology, and I think we as mankind have just basically evolved beyond that. And I think it's kind of ridiculous that they still use the black gunk, the black rocks out of the ground, to power our city when we have so many other clean alternatives. It's just ludicrous.
Go coal free! PG&E! Go free! PG&E! Go coal free! PG&E! Go coal free! PG&E! Go coal free!
I work for PG&E and I work in the energy procurement department, and I know what plants we procure energy from, and all the plants that I see are natural gas fired or hydroelectric.
It's all the California ones.
And that's the major.
That's why we think that they should have no coal. But there are 6 plants that they run.
But do you know how much power PG&E procures on a yearly basis?
Yeah, but still.
And out of that amount, you're talking about 6 plants, which I'm not 100% sure if this information.
Exactly, but then get rid of those 6 plants. That's great. It'd be done.
Yeah, but see, the majority of it is.
Yeah, and we're really happy about that. We think that's great.
And that's why it'll be good to list that down. And so it's misleading a little bit.
Not to fund California or to power California, but they still use it, and it's such a small amount. We're saying why not just get rid of it and use clean energy.
Anyways, I'm getting waved out.
But thank you, we appreciate it. Really.
It's just good to listen. I'm for it. You know what I mean? I work here. And I say we should go all renewable. But what makes sense?
In 2006 alone, PG&E coal-fired power plants across this country emitted 8.4 million tons of carbon dioxide into our air. In 2006 alone, 8.4 million tons of carbon dioxide were pumped into our air from PG&E-owned coal-fired plants.
Alright, well basically he came up to me and he's like, well, what are your alternatives to coal? And I mentioned solar, I mentioned wind, and I was like, well, look at Arizona. How much sun do they get in every minute, They could power a whole lot with that energy. And he was like, well, you could put enough solar panels to completely cover an entire roof, and all that energy for an entire day will be enough energy to power a toaster. And he kept saying that it'll power a toaster. And I said, no, you can put you can put a solar panel on the roof and it'll be enough.
About the parking garage?
I did. Yeah. I told him, I was like, at PSU, they're retrofitting their parking garages and their facilities so they are run completely off solar panels. I was like, I was there. I've seen it work. I was like, I'm seeing it in practice. And he said no. He kept saying that if you can cover these entire buildings and it would just be able to power a toaster.
And if they'd like to send out a representative to speak to their concerned citizens who are paying their bills. Chris and myself are going in, so we need some loud chants. We need to let them know that we're here, and they better get used to it. All right, guys, what do we want? No more coal. When do we want it?
Now!
What do we want?
No more coal!
When do we want it? Now!
And you have a 400-watt solar panel.
No more coal!
When do we want it?
Now!
One door down. Please go coal free. Please.
And we just have to we're just staying here, but if you can get a representative.
We're just wondering where our second entrance was, because 245 is closed.
This is the second entrance.
Okay.
Without an ID, nobody comes by.
We're not going to go by, but if you could kindly sit down a representative. Cordoning off this area.
That's right.
Okay.
Right, so where could, let's say, a customer had a question about something and they needed to ask PG&E, where would we be able to go?
Let's march around this corner.
What do you mean march around?
We're going right up to the barrier.
Yeah.
Around real quick.
Okay.
Gather around real quick. Real quick.
They've now closed the side entrance because we're here. They won't let us in, so we'd like to go over there and have a word with the
We're
security
going to go
guard.
right around the corner. Okay, here left, you're going to see blue barriers, right? We're just going to go up to the barriers. before we get to them, we want them to hear us before they see us, okay?
PG&E, stop funding dirty energy. 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 PG&E,
Stop funding dirty energy.
PG&E, go home free. PG&E, go home free. Stop funding dirty energy. PG&E, stop funding dirty energy.
I just tried to bring these through the front door. The gentlemen were very nice in there, but I can't leave anything there. So they told me to go to a different door, but I'm not sure which door it is.
Let's look at these. What are these?
These are our globe petitions of people that would like PG&E to stop funding coal.
Yeah, thank you all for coming. You can take a sign if you'd like. If you have any questions, you can stay and talk to us. And thanks, it was really great.
Thank you.
No more coal.
So, Officer,
It's Sergeant.
Sergeant.
Okay, get straight for God's sake. That's it, interview's over.
Now that we're straight, you've been dealing with a bunch of non-violent protesters today against, what was it?
Against global warming and burning of coal.
Right. And just from an outsider's point of view, how do you think it went?
Well, obviously I'm not an outsider because I'm participating. I think it went well.
Right.
I think it went well.
Right.
Let's look at the camera.
And from a personal standpoint, you can understand the logic in not using coal, correct?
Absolutely, especially when they're skimming the tops off of mountains and denuding the countryside.
Right. And what about the coffins? People lying down in the banks. What do you think of that?
I think it's a theatrical way to get your message across.
Right. Unfortunately, our voices weren't actually heard inside the PG&E building.
Right.
It appears that, we've done our job anyway. People know we raised awareness. We debunked the clean coal myth, which I'm sure you know about. Right. What it sounds like. And yeah, I just wanted to thank you for all your protection.
My pleasure.
Riding along with us today.
I was like, people are doing it. I was like, people are investing in solar panels, retrofitting their own homes, and taking their homes off the grid and actually getting enough energy to sell some back to the electric company. He's like, yeah, but when they do that, they have to completely turn everything off in their house to sell it back. And if they turned on, it's only enough energy to power the toaster. And he kept saying only enough energy to power a toaster. And I was like, that's just not true. He's like, you need to do research. He's like, I would challenge you to do the same.
Yeah, what did she say? She was like, we don't have any coal.
Wait, Aaliyah.
Well, she was
tell the camera what just happened.
Oh, I just went up to ask them if there was another door that I could get to, like a secretariat, and then she said, well, you can give them to me, and I said, well, I want to give them to someone from PG&E because I know that PG&E doesn't own this whole building, so, but it would seem she's been loitering around for a while, so I'm pretty sure that she definitely works for them, so I give them to her. And that's that.